Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I wanted to talk a little bit about life purpose today and how it kind of ties into your twin flame journey. So, the biggest part of your twin flame journey, well, the main part is not only deepening your connection with God, but it also is, falling in love with yourself, with all of yourself. And there may be areas in your life where you're not fully loving yourself or honoring yourself, such as your job. For instance, I came from a job where I built batteries. I worked for a corporation that manufactured and built batteries for like the cell phone towers or the Navy line. Also railroad tracks. And I enjoyed my job to an extent. I mainly did it for the money, and I enjoyed the people that I worked with, but the job itself was very demanding physically and required a lot of overtime, like mandatory overtime, especially in the summer months. There was no air conditioner, so it would get like over 100 degrees plus humidity. So it was very physically like draining. And the more I went into my spiritual journey, the more that that I found this job physically draining my energy because I wasn't happy. It was not a fulfilling job for me no longer, and I essentially vibrated out of that environment to where I'm laid off now. And while I was in the job, I made pretty good money and I was able to continuously save money. But not only was I saving money, I was starting to hoard money because, we always got laid off a lot of times, like the beginning of the year when business drops a little bit. They call it lack of work and they'll lay you off. They go by seniority from the bottom up. And sometimes it would dip a little bit deeper. It always fluctuated. So it was there was like a lack of security in the job. So I started hoarding my money because I've always been a very self-driven, self-sufficient person when it comes to working and taking care of myself, And so it started to become, I wasn't investing in myself. I hoarded like my bank account. It would just sit there. It was very stagnant. And money is also a form of love. It's energy. So when that's sitting there stagnant, essentially I'm blocking the flow of love. There's nothing moving. And this is being mirrored to me in my external reality, such as right now. I'm currently on layoff and I'm drawing unemployment checks, which will soon, fall away because you only get unemployment, I think, for 20 weeks in the state of Arkansas. But I own a home and I have all my other bills, and my unemployment check is like $300 less than what my check was that I was receiving while I was working. So I'm losing money each month, but at the same time, I'm so much happy now because God has given me this opportunity to start my life purpose work, which involves coaching and teaching and helping others on their spiritual journeys. So, it's balanced out more in a sense because yes, I'm not bringing home as much money, but at the same time, my happiness, I feel abundantly happy right now because I'm doing what I love to do. And in a sense, that's also loving myself, and that's helping me on my twin flame journey because it's allowing me to love even more of myself because I love what I'm doing every day. And I'm not trying to get off track here. So what I was saying was, so anyways, I had this huge realization this morning like I was saying before, I tend to hoard my money, or I was before. I can't do that now. I've got to use that to help pay bills. But each week, each month that goes by, I'm noticing that there's some resistance there, because I know, my account slowly, it's dwindling away. And I started to feel a little bit insecure about that. Like, well, how am I going to support myself if I spend all of my savings and I'm not even bringing enough home to support myself on my unemployment? But what I had failed to realize is that there was an upset within me, and my spiritual teachers taught us the mirror exercise, which it's absolutely essential tool to use on your journey with every single thing in your life, not just with your twin flame journey, but in every aspect of your life. Anything that's upsetting you, you use the mirror exercise and you follow those feelings. So what I did was I was journaling this morning, and I was writing down my upset, and my upset was basically that I feel like I'm losing control of my finances, not my finances, but my bank account. So then I turn that back on me, and there's a part of me that feels like I'm losing control. And that's so true, that's accurate, because I'm falling deeper into surrender. I'm co-creating with God. And so there is a part of me, that part of me that felt like I needed to hold on to what money I had left in my bank account. It's like it's slowly being pulled out of my grip, and I can either sit here and continue to hold on to it tightly and feel uncomfortable about it, or I can love myself and give it to God and trust that it will all flow back to me. Instead of holding and grasping on to love and to money, you let it flow. You let it be natural. You let it, when you're creating a kink in that flow, it's uncomfortable. And when you're sitting in that upset, if you don't heal that upset, it's going to be mirrored to you in your external reality. And you cannot control your external reality, but what you can do is you can heal the parts of you that are upset about what's happening in your external reality. So when I was sitting there this morning and I was healing this upset, I just felt an overwhelming sense of peace, and I just visualized myself, releasing my hands and just letting God take it. And I loved myself in that area that felt insecure and not stable, that felt rocky. And when I did that, immediately God gave me a vision of a like a coin slot machine, kind of like what you would see at a casino. And it had all these golden coins just like spewing out of it. So that was like my sign from God that I cleared this upset. And I feel really happy now and really peaceful. And it just feels like a huge weight is lifted off of your shoulders when you just love yourself and that part of you that's upset, and you just give it to God. You're co-creating with God. You're not here to suffer and to try to control what's happening on the external world, because you can't. You can try, but you're going to feel miserable. You're never going to be able to outwardly control what's happening around you. But if you can be at peace with yourself and love that part of yourself, then it shifts and changes everything. And that is your power, is love and loving yourself. But yeah, it's just a really huge gift, going from the job that I was in. And that job served its purpose too. I'm very thankful for that job. I mean, that's where I met my twin flame, and my life started to change. But I outgrew that, and that's fine. And you'll outgrow your job too on your journey. And now I'm shifting into my life purpose, which is so much more fulfilling. I'm so much happier, you know, just sitting here and sharing with you guys my experiences and knowing that in some way it's going to help you too. And you know, I have free time. I have so much free time to work on myself, to focus on myself and my relationship with God. I have free time to help others. I can coach. And I don't know, I could just go on a tangent right now because I feel really good. But I hope this video helps you. And if you're interested in working with me, you can find me at www.twinflameunionwithin.com, and I have a list of my services and a little bit about myself. But I'll be back to share more soon. And thank you for watching. Bye.